I want to start off by saying I in no way think that Radiodust should be canon or endgame or anything, mainly because after seeing how hazbin played out, I really don't want her to write Radiodust as canon, knowing what the outcome would be and crumble the foundations of fanon. I'm not saying that one ship is better than the other, except you, Val Angel and Charcifer. There's a special place in hell for you. But I'm a firm believer in every ship should get at least a little crumbs, a little fan service, just a wee bit. Even the ones that I don't like or even hate. I'm not gonna actively raid on your parade, just in my head. This is my cry for help to please not make every single canon interaction being the same microwaved joke again.
To my effeminate fellow.
I can suck your dick.
Ha!
I swear, if you film me going at it with Mr. Fancy Talk Creepy Voice here, you'd be rolling in participants willing to stay at this tacky hotel.
Ha! Never going to happen.
And we got exactly that. Charlister is eating good, hazbin was spoiled to be eventually canon before the show even came out. Thanks, hazbinhotel's social media manager. Radio Apple is certainly selling lots of merch. Static Moth is certainly a thing, and wow, do you see that? Is that radio static I smell? In a side of Radio Rose? And how you doing, Radiodust? Yeah. Let's talk about if Vivziepop is avoiding Radiodust. But first, we need to start from the very beginning. What is Radiodust? Radiodust is the ship between Alistair and Angel Dust. This ship was hazbin's golden goose egg in the pilot days. For every new gen hazbin fan watching this, there was a time where we watched the pilot in late 2019, or in my case, early 2020, and fell in love. The next year or so, we then got a music video called Addict, and then nothing. Nothing at all. 4 to 5 years of straight nada. No one was even sure at this point if hazbin would even get another episode because there was fucking cobwebs all over it. So what did fans do in the half of a decade waiting for hazbin? We shipped Radiodust. Radiodust was not only popular because it was a ship between the two most popular characters in the show, and it was certainly not just popular because Angel told Alistair he would suck his dick in the same way he does to everyone in hell. No. It was because of the Honeycast. Honeycast? Honeycast? Hoonie Pop, our Lord and Saviors Ed Bosco and Michael Kovac, with animator Ashley and Vivzie herself aboard this podcast stream thing that ran from before and after the pilot's release, would do skits together as Angel and Alistair. This ranged from simple, silly stuff to straight up ship fuel. The fan art, the comics, the fan dubs. Radiodust was even discussed positively on screen. Vivziepop even fed us fun facts about how Alistair and Angel both would bond over their love for cooking and food and how they share the same era of living. Not to mention most merch was them paired together. Well, not together, but next to each other. You know what I mean. This ship was the holy grail of hazbin. It kept the hype alive. It was a monster of a ship. It was at a battle of the most popular ship against Charlister. Sure, some people shipped hazbin, but believe it or not, it was kind of really unpopular at the time. It was not on the same level as Radiodust or Charlister. By far. And funny enough, even Radio Apple, which is arguably the most popular modern hazbin ship right now, was shipped back then, just as a super ultra rare crack ship. So, when the show released, Radiodust fans were locked and loaded. Popcorn in hand, body pillows at arms, and after a long 5 years of waiting, we got the same exact joke as we got in the pilot. What? At least in the pilot, Angel spoke directly to Alistair. It was an actual conversation. Angel wasn't even talking to Alistair. He was just talking to fucking Vaggie, and Alistair just fucking chimed in to Angel's indirect comment about him. Our arm dislocated from how much we stretched to get crumbs from season 1. Oh, look, guys, they're 1 foot away from each other. Guys, believe me. Look, Angel is happy that he's alive. So, now that we have established what it is and why it's important to the fandom, let's talk about their interactions, or lack thereof, from Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1, Episode 1 is the most notable one here in terms of interaction. Angel is introduced, and one of the first thing he brings up is how him having sex with Alistair would bring in a flood of guests.
I swear.
But if you take off your strawberry pimp-colored glasses, you will see that they aren't even interacting. Not directly, at least. Angel is having a conversation with Vaggie, to which he speaks to Vaggie about Alistair.
Question. If Freaky Face over there is so powerful, then why can't he just make people stay?
It was just the same joke from the pilot, thrown in the microwave, but has that weird heated up chicken flavor. I think Angel knows Alistair will never sleep with him, but still enjoys teasing Alistair with it. Sure, obviously Alistair doesn't enjoy the jokes, but he doesn't hate it either. He sees it as this annoying little quirk of Angel. I see it as he's humoring Angel by even feeding into it. I mean, after all, if he was truly annoyed or truly uncomfortable with it, his ears would go down. Throughout the season, while they don't talk at all, they are standing next to each other pretty often, so this shows that at the very least, Alistair tolerates Angel. They may not be friends or close, but they don't mind each other's presence. While the rest of the Season 1 cast are intimidated or aware of Alistair's powers in some way, such as Charlie and Vaggie being weary and untrusting, Husk being contracted under him, Mimsy taking advantage of Alistair's status and power to protect herself, Pensius trying to prove himself as a strong overlord by beating Alistair, and Nifty, well, that's an exception. Angel is completely unfazed. He may think that dealing with any other overlord is better than dealing with the V's, especially Valentina, so he doesn't really have much to fear or be intimidated by. Even in the pilot, after witnessing what Alistair can do, he brushes it off pretty fast. So why wouldn't Angel chill out next to him? To him, Alistair is nothing but a strawberry pimp.
He looks like a strawberry pimp.
Even though I waited a very long time to see them interact, I'll give Season 1 a pass because it was very plot heavy and wanted to focus on establishing the characters and world building, especially with no room for filler. During Season 1 and 2, Blake and Amir, the voices of Angel and Alistair, became the closest out of the entire cast. They were always playing pranks on each other, talking and teasing each other, and occasionally you'll see them cuddle up or even smooch one another. The two even made jokes about shipping Blamir. It was giving an intense version of Michael and Ed's relationship from the pilot. While not doing skits, the two actors still showed platonic love for each other every chance they got. I guess Radiodust just has a way of bringing people together. With the announcements of the new duo prints on the way, we finally felt like the cast and the staff had heard our pleas. The fandom that kept the hype alive for so long was finally getting something. And we got it! Kinda. The print itself is cool, but they're, certainly looking in the same direction. Almost all of the Alistair ships were included, and they all were interactive or even intimate in some way, shape, or form. And Radiodust just got the short end of the stick, I guess. Don't get me wrong, it still birthed a lot of cute fan art, me included, but it just kind of felt crappy when everyone else is in kissing distance. But I don't think I have any room to be picky here. It's like being in the desert without water for days and complaining it's Dasani instead of Fiji. Like, yeah, it sucks, but at least you got it. When season 2 finally aired, we were hoping to get some sort of interaction. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't want romantic interactions or them to start boinking on screen. I just want them to talk face to face like every other fucking character in this show has with one another. Something. Like, did you know that the Nugents are calling Radiodust a rare pair?
What?
We wanted something, a meal to eat, no crumbs. And if any season was gonna do it, this would be the one. Alistair and Angel, whether you want to admit it or not, are parallels. I don't know if Vivziepop wrote them like that, or if she even realizes what she wrote. I can't tell anymore, but they are. Alistair and Angel are the only two directly connected to the V's. Alistair is intertwined with Vox, and Angel is intertwined with Valentino. Valentino and Vox are literally on and off dating. So, by that logic, Alistair and Angel should at least interact once. Alistair is tortured and sexually assaulted by Vox. Angel is tortured and sexually assaulted by Valentino. Both of them are electrocuted by Vox even. Valentino feels used, and like he's only there to make Vox feel more accomplished. Angel feels used, and like he's only there to make Charlie feel more accomplished. Vox has a power complex and is always trying to prove he doesn't need anyone, all while creating the illusion that he does need and care about others. Alistair has a power complex and is always trying to prove he doesn't need anyone at all while creating the illusion that he does need and care about others. Not to mention, Vox takes Alistair in as a prisoner, albeit by his own surrender, and Vox also takes an Angel as prisoner in the form of using him against his will as a spy. They practically mirror each other and mirror the V's, and yet they don't even talk to each other? What? This is a V-centric season, and the V mirrors don't interact? That just doesn't make sense. After doing some thinking, I really do question at this point if Vivziepop is intentionally avoiding Radiodust. Do you think it's just her writing badly and not connecting the dots with how Alistair and Angel have the most in common with the whole cast? Do you think she hates Radiodust? Or do you think it's something much deeper? The question we have been waiting for is Vivziepop avoiding Radiodust? Yes, she is. Not for the reason you may think, however. She's not avoiding it because it leaves a bad taste in her mouth. I mean, we already know which one does, and yet look at the interactions that are on screen. She's avoiding it to preserve the fandom. If you ever interacted with this fandom at all, you'll notice just how deeply ingrained shipping is with the fandom. And with the hazbinhotel account practically spoiling Husker Dust to be canon before the show even released, Angel Dust has officially become untouchable. If Angel and Alistair got anything more than being in the same room together, Husker Dust fans and Radio Apple fans would go crazy. Vivziepop is heavily a part of this fandom. She knows the majority of the things that happen, and almost all of the Radiodust fans, myself included, facing severe harassment and insults from Husker Dust shippers, especially when the show released. Vivziepop probably just wants to avoid not just the drama, but avoid getting a pipe bomb in her mailbox. I mean, especially from my own point of view, Husker Dust shippers overtook the Radiodust tag and invaded the ship space to bully and make fun of the fact that Husker Dust was confirmed. Me and my boyfriend cosplay Alistair and Angel, so when we started receiving threats and insults on our cosplay photos and TikToks, and even in person sometimes at conventions ever since the show's release, it became very, low-key to ship it. Many had a similar experience to me. I even see it to this day. I'm friends with lots of Radiodust artists, and occasionally they'll show me screenshots of these Husker Dust shippers insulting their work because it's Alistair instead of Husk. Or even on my own art. Please don't do that to artists. Don't ask them to draw a rival ship under their ship art. Radio Apple shippers are also problematic a lot. They're more so just really loud, and they harass the voice actors and staff in comment sections, demanding for Radio Apple to be canon. but they're definitely not going out of their way to threaten and bully and harass Radiodust shippers the way that Husker shippers are. Radiopopple fans are just loud, but Husker fans are in your face. And I know for a fact that Vivziepop sees this. How could she not? So, to protect the fandom and to probably even protect herself, she is not giving Radiodust any crumbs whatsoever. She's avoiding it because she knows it'll cause more harm than good. So, yes, Vivziepop is avoiding Radiodust, not because she hates it, but not to stir the drama pot more than she already has with all of her tweets. But that's just a theory. A has-been theory. Do you have any ideas as to why they haven't interacted below? Feel free to share them in the comments. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Good night. Thrown in the microwave, but it has like this weird heated chicken up flavor. Oh my god. Most popular ship against Charlister. Who also heavily funded the